This is NBC Nightly News, Monday, October 8th. Reported by John Chancellor.
Good evening. Here's the latest on the Middle East war. The fighting is still going on, and we have conflicting claims of success from both the Arabs and the Israelis. Sudan, which lies to the south of Egypt, says it is sending troops to help. There's a report that Iraqi troops have arrived in Syria to join the fighting. The biggest area of fighting is in the Sinai Desert, where hundreds of Egyptian tanks are fighting. The Egyptians claim the capture of Kantara, the capital city of the Sinai, and say the Israelis have begun bombarding Port Said across the Suez Canal. The Egyptians claim 24 Israeli jets shot down, and there are other indications that figure may be low. The Israelis say they have trapped the Egyptian armor in the desert by destroying the pontoon bridges across the Suez Canal. The other front is along the Syrian-Israeli frontier. The Egyptians say they are continuing their advance. The Syrians say they are continuing their advance. The Israelis say they may cross the border into Syria. Here now by satellite is a report from David Burrington in Israel.
The mood in Israel tonight is almost one of disbelief. In spite of past victories, such as the Six-Day War, the people here weren't all that sure things would go so well. The Chief of Staff, General David Elazar, summed up the day this way.
This morning, we started our counterattack. We started with the counterattack on both fronts, on the Golan Heights and along the Suez Canal. I am glad to tell you that we managed to push almost all of the Syrian forces to the ceasefire line, and some of the Egyptian forces, although still there are some Egyptian forces on this side of the Suez Canal. We are now in the middle of the battles. We continue our counterattack. We shall continue it tomorrow, and we shall break and destroy completely all the attacking forces.
The Israeli offensive gained momentum all day long. New victories reported almost every hour. At first, the rollback went slowly, bitter fighting, hundreds of Syrian tanks destroyed. Israeli losses were not given. Syrian airfields were raided, many planes smashed. Around noon, 3 Syrian bombers were shot down. Later, there were reports Syrian forces were fleeing the area. Israeli officers said the Syrians had fought fiercely, much more so than the Egyptians. By noon, the Egyptian front had nearly crumbled, the Israelis said. 400 Egyptian tanks were marooned after crossing over to the Israeli-occupied East Bank. Egyptian commanders seemed confused, but the Israeli commander, General Elazar, was triumphant. He was asked if he'd stop at the ceasefire line.
Well, I have to remind you that the ceasefire lines are not marked on the terrain. We are now conducting the battle in the terrain. We are moving whenever it is necessary. We are attacking the enemy wherever it is necessary, and we shall destroy him wherever it is possible.
So it appears the fighting will go on, and unofficial reports say Israel has already crossed the Suez Canal. This means more casualties, a subject that's been taboo here, no figures given. An aide to Prime Minister Golda Meir said she is upset, very upset, at casualty reports. The wounded continue to arrive at nearly every hospital in the country. Again, the number is classified. There's not even an estimate. In the Sinai, fighting against the trapped Egyptian tank force has been restrained to avoid casualties.